So greetings, it's me, Jay, again from Kanak Holistic. So today I'm going to speak about self-love, and it's another intuitive video which I'm going to be addressing today, and it's going to be direct from spirit. So I'll just be channeling a couple few things which they wanted to share with you. Not sure what they want to say, what they're going to say, but I'm just going to go with it. So I'll see you after the intro. So welcome back to Karnak Holistics, where we learn together and we grow together in the sight of God. As I said, my name's Jay, and I'm here to talk intuitively on the behalf of the collective that they want to share something about self-love. I think it was inspired by a recent client or I had today, which really kind of tapped into a part of their feeling, I assume. And what was kind of telling in some way for them was the honesty and the openness of the individual, and how they wasn't afraid to share their fears and their abandonments and their so just keep the camera. So anyway, anyway, as I was saying, it's like, so they're laughing. They weren't afraid. Yeah, they weren't afraid to talk about their fear and their abandonment, their loneliness, their kind of like vulnerability, which is really key. And out of that, I sensed a lot of self-love need there. But it wasn't for the fact is that they were lost or anything. They were really together, and I was really, really empowered by that. And it wasn't just them. There's been a few people I've been speaking to over the last probably 2 weeks that have been in this situation, going through this Morpheus change, I'd like to call it. Well, that's where they used anyway, Morpheus change. So don't know if that's a word, but that's what they're using. So what was kind of key for me about self-love was that when we face it, when we can deal with these kind of feelings, we have a tendency to kind of like shut them away and hide away and kind of want to pin it on other people, and that they're not getting the need that the individual wants, when the need should be generated by our own self. And so, for example, if I wasn't getting the affection I needed, I will blame my friends, my partner, just random people around me, and say I'm not getting. I'll say you don't do this, you don't do that. You know, you don't. And it's the need I can generate for myself, so I can exist, or what's the word I'm looking for? Be empowered. Thank you. Be empowered by the awareness of the lack of self-love. And when we have a lack of self-love, that can be triggered by many things. That can be triggered by death. It can be triggered by abandonment. It can be triggered by family, mothers, fathers, friends, school, colleges. Anything in your life can trigger that abandonment and that need for self-love. The important thing is what you do after that. The important thing is what you do after that. What you do with the information you get, than just sitting on it and complaining. Because I think I'll rephrase that. I feel with the idea of self-love, it brings us into a conscious awareness of living. And we are then pulled into having to take responsibility of our own choices, knowledge, actions, and things of that nature, which then leaves us really vulnerable because nobody really wants to be able to say, well, yeah, that was my fault. And at the end of the day, that's where the power is. And getting it wrong is a part of growth, massive part of growth. The amount of cock-ups I've done in my life, massive cock-ups, but I can turn around and say, yeah, I got it wrong, I got it wrong. And the other thing about that as well is, I don't really want to talk about this part, but I think it's really relevant, is people's perceptions of me, and obviously how that relates to whoever I'm with or dating at the time. So people's perceptions, because what I do, and I'm connected really quite well to spirit, there's this assumption that, I'm some great person, and I'm not, trust me. I fuck up, trust me. So just there you go. I'm authentic. I'm telling you, I'm not. And because the reason I'm saying, and I'm being quite brutally honest about it, is because I'm not some I shouldn't say bloody goose. I'm not some guru. But I do like to share my opinions of what spirit says about stuff, and I do learn from stuff, and I do try and, as I said this in my last video, why I do learn, why am I feeling this way, why is this happening now, why is it even happening, and why is these people are the way they are, and why am I feeling this way. So I'm constantly asking why, and I remember I'm constantly annoying God and the collective about, like, why is this stuff going on. But the important thing is learning to understand what why is about, and from the why you can find that self-love and what that self-love looks like. And if you can't, you can meditate on it. You can meditate on it and ask what the self-love should look like. You can encapsulate it, you can project it, should say, as an object, a tree, an oak tree, a forest, a ornament, whatever. You can project this particular self-love that you're lacking, and that self-love, then you can tap into what part of your chakras, solar plexus, your sacral chakra, your root, your heart, your throat, your mind's eye, your crown, and so on. When you can tap into those, and then you can find out the meaning of where that self-love is born from, because not all self-love is born just from your root of your spirit, i.e. in your solar plexus. Sometimes it's born at the heart, or at the throat, or at the mind's eye. And when I say born out of, I mean this is where the problem lays. And when you find where the problem lays, or where it's born out of, you can then treat that situation. They're cooking today. They are on fire. So with that, you can then say, all right, mind's eye, I need more clarity. Throat, I need to be more open and speak more and be more have more communication. My heart, I need to be more loving. I need more loving. Sacral chakra, lacking of intimacy. Solar plexus, be more spiritual. Root, need to be grounded. Maybe not need to be grounded, need to be up more with the actual elements, or with the high ranking angels. And from the crown, that's where all your information comes from. So what I feel was important today about this and what now I know, when I wanted to intuitively speak today, is to kind of project and show a lot of the bullcrap that has been bouncing around. I've been hearing about people, not just me or whoever, not people, I mean just people in general, and what people have been saying to me. And it's really, and I just wanted to say, you know what, two things really. one, it's okay not to be okay, as long as you don't stay there. And two, always ask why. Because out of those two, you can therefore regenerate yourself. And people's perception, again, and how they view me. I've worked for years, 20, 25 years on my craft, day in, day out, for actually two reasons. First reason, to get closer to the Creator, understand what that energy is about, what that energy wants me to do, and two is to serve you, to be the greatest servant that mankind could ever see. Because when you serve, it's almost like a peace, a joyful journey that you are experiencing when you're on this like train of serving, and you see the different thing people grow. I can tell you, the client I saw today, they were really, really in the element, and I haven't seen them in a while, but they were shining, and to see God's light issue from them was amazing. And to hear, I get excited and happy when someone says to me, oh, you've helped me so much, and this is what's happening, and blah blah blah. I don't take it as me doing it, because I just know it's not me, it's them. So when I get excited, I'm telling people, look, you know what, this person was here, not gossiping, I'm not getting into detail, but again, this person was here, and now they're elevating, like now I'm saying now, not naming names, but just saying about the story. And I'm really happy for these people, because when they walk into my lab where I work, when they're working with me, and they sit at my desk, we sit there, we're talking, and we're together, they are healing a part of me as well, a dark side of me. And there was a dark side of me which was healed today by this client I had. And it was really nice to see that it's okay, and see the errors of where you're walking, and not just that, where you didn't go wrong, and it wasn't on me or on whoever, that I can honestly go, okay, thank you. Because sometimes the collective can't talk directly to me, they have to talk through people. I know it sounds really strange to say, but if you do this, you kind of know what I mean. Because sometimes you're so bogged down by the story, it's hard to understand what the journey is all about. So sometimes they have to use another human being to kind of tell me my journey, and vice versa, because my journey was equally good for this person. And when they heard and we were talking about it, and the story came out and the journey was spoken about, they were going, I need to really shine, I need to really own my stuff. And I goes, you know what, you're owning it, because you're sitting here now, but what you need is more self-love. You need to love yourself more. You need to just be there. And I'm saying this, I wasn't just them today, there was a few people I've been talking to. Another person was really lost and hung up on trying to get the need from other people, particularly a partner. And I was going, that need you can never get from that person, because that need is an internal need that can only be generated from inside. So when people are going out, and I see people going out doing external stuff, it's such a setback. There was such a setback, because the setback is that the internal is the key to mastery. And so people So people complain and say that I'm a certain way. Don't give a rat's ass. Second thing is, I ain't afraid of anybody. Third thing is that I like to work out or train because it clears my mind and makes me feel more healthy. But I wouldn't want to do it because I want other people to give me appreciation, if that makes sense. Because I think that's when I see so many. I've seen people in the past who have gone on crash diets and had whatever done, and then they've kind of lost this weight, just gone, and they're not dealt with the undercurrent of it all. They've not dealt with the undercurrent. Then what happens after the course you do and trying to get rid of this stuff? You arrive back at the beginning again, the hero's journey. Remember, you go on a hero's journey. You go around and you face your darkness. Then you go to you meet your mentor. Your mentor shows you from what they've done, and then you go around to facing your darkness, and then you come at it hopefully bigger and better. But if you don't do that journey, we constantly doing that journey. And with this person, they were trying to do the journey, and as they've done the journey, there was still stuff they needed to keep doing. They just thought, oh, okay, well, I've got to this ideal weight or size, and then they're not dealt with all the other stuff that's there. And then what happened is that within 3 months they've just ballooned again, and I kind of warned them, but they were like, well, what do you bloody know, So, and then when they did, I was just like, it is what it is. It is what it is. But that goes back to self-love again. That goes back to, no matter if you're losing weight, whether you're trying to keep fit, whether you're trying to get a better job, it's about you finding your true mastery inside you, which is self-love. You conquer the key. I know this is what I'm looking for. The key for self-love. The sky's the limit. And you know what it is, and predominantly it's going back to dealing with the issue and not being afraid to deal with the issue face to face, mano a mano, and not going, oh well, I need to go and run and hide in some bush somewhere, or go off to a retreat somewhere. Because you go off to retreat, which I'm not saying is wrong, but you have to go to a retreat in order to get the help to combat it. Then you going off to retreat and then thinking, okay, by the time I come back I'll be fine. It doesn't work that way. You need to deal with the stuff while you're at the retreat or wherever you are, but you need to be aware of what the problem is. And that's why I see sometimes the most powerful people are dealing with their crap right now, going to work still, and don't run off to retreat, because they know if they go off to retreat that that saying, oh, if I go away I'm just coming back to the same crap. So I want to say, if you feel that way, follow your heart, follow what you feel is right. So yeah, I'm going to end it there. I hope that's made sense, because I don't know, it was really something I really want to put down about self-love, because I think it's really, really important. And I know there's a lot of people that don't have it, and it's so easily tarnished, and can be tarnished slightly, but then could grow into some kind of big issue. So please be aware. I love you always, as you know, and I do this for you guys. And I'm going to end the video there, and I'll see you on the next video, and namaste.